Anyways, it has been a while, and starting off, I'm gonna grab some free llamas. Not that this one's particularly great, more or less just because I can. I don't really think I want anything in here. I mean, at least this guy goes to my collection book. That's a little better, but not great. I'm mostly just doing this for 200 or no 100 tickets because it's 50 each. And it would make a lot of sense if I set up auto recycle. I won't do that now. Then I have to collect my research. We can put that into offensive resistance. We have more, so I will put the rest of that into tech. Because I do kind of want the ability damage, the trap damage, and the healing rate. Okay, yeah, sound off. Complete a Fight the Storm mission in a 34 plus zone, and complete a Category 2 Fight the Storm mission in a 34 plus zone. So these are separate missions, and leading up to this point, while we have done Fight the Storm missions, we have not run into any Category 2 Fight the Storm missions. If I head over to the Plankerton map, yeah, there's a basic Fight the Storm, and I actually might do that one, just because it has nothing going on. Oh, perhaps the one right next to it. Yeah. So Category 2 Fight the Storm. The big difference between Fight the Storm and Category 2 Fight the Storm is that, Fight the Storm, you have one Atlas. Category 2 Fight the Storm, you have two. And then there's a Category 3 and a Category 4 where you have three Atlases and four Atlases to defend. Something you'll run into is, like, they're kind of challenging as a solo player because you're balancing between defending all these different objectives unless you get really, really lucky. I'm going to start with the Category 2 Storm just because I know that one's going to be the more difficult mission. And as usual, running my mediocre base Kyle loadout that has seen just a handful of changes over the last while. Like adding power-based knocks. Hey, Ray, I don't really care about that, Ray. That is not for the main quest line. So, fight the Category 2 Storm, your methods of finding the Atlas are essentially the same as a regular category, or as a regular Fight the Storm. Same with any other higher amount of category storms, like 3 and 4. And looking up, I can see it over there. Actually, let's just cut to when I'm over there. Okay, we've got Atlas 1. Nice one, idiot. Nice one, idiot. And there's a Shadow Orb in here that I do want to clear out. That took a while. Okay, and the encampment up there is active. That's unfortunate. But I mean, I guess I was going to have to clear that out eventually, right? And our second Atlas is absurdly far away. That's just cool. I mean, maybe there's something I'm not seeing yet. Like something that's going to make this easier than it looks. I don't know. Ow. And of course there would be two encampments here that I do have to clear out because they will become both annoying problems really quickly. Alright, those are both cleared. Normally, considering most people probably aren't trying to play through the entire game by themselves, I would always recommend that for fight the category 2, fight the category 3, or fight the category 4 storm missions, you try to bring a teammates. You try to find teammates for those. Though I'm going to try to do this by myself. I was hoping that I would get spawns that were not actually like 300 kilometers away from each other. Should be doable if I can figure it out correctly. So far, I'm thinking if I can get this side kind of in a way that it can defend itself, then I can just kind of brute force defend the other side. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a system that will prevent enemies from trying to go up this way. Now, obviously, when you're playing by yourself, one of the most useful things you can actually have is a defender, melee defender, actually. And a big reason for that is just having the extra firepower, having like something else or someone else attacking husks and further helping you defend your objective is always, you know, super useful, super important thing. And that is essentially kind of exactly what defenders can do. I can't actually tell if enemies are spawning here, where the hell are they trying to go? Because they can go both ways, and that's not what I want them to do. And that should be good enough to keep them away. We have a melee defender over here. Worth noting that, well, two things actually. So for a fight category 2 storm, you will need 2 blue glow instead of just 1 because there are 2 atlases. And typically you'd want them, like, especially if you're playing by yourself, to be close together. And unfortunately, I don't have that, so I'm just going to basically try my luck at this point. Well, I figured it was one of those buttons, but I still pressed the wrong one. So I think my button to use Adrenaline Rush here is how I open my trap wheel on my main account. I think that's what it is. And they're still trying to go that way. I have to know why some idiots insistent on attacking over here, despite all of what I've built here. Literally gains nothing from attacking that because they will despawn before any of that breaks. And I don't even understand why he's trying to attack it still. Who the hell are you? How did you get in here? This is what happens when you try to defend something without placing traps. Because you assume, like, oh, they're spawning so far away, it's gonna be no problem, and then it turns out they literally are unkillable because you are so underpowered for the zone. I am way too underpowered for this, but I'm still gonna keep trying. Okay, cool idea. How'd my defender get this far away? Like, huh? Unless, wait, but... what? I just saw him over there. Wall weakening, tank shielded. Alright. Well, I mean, if I can just waste his time for 2 minutes, then I should actually be good as well. But I don't... by technicality, nothing says that I have to kill him. If I could just waste time for 2 whole minutes, and I'm good at wasting time. Later, idiot. Oh, and now they're attacking B for what reason? Oh, because my defender's incompetent. That's right. And because they found another random spot where they can just sneak around the entirety of the defense. Basically, all I'm trying to do at this point is just distract the mini-boss and hold out. All I'm trying to do is just waste time until the mission ends, and then I don't have to deal with trying to fight the mini-boss. Which means I have to survive the rest of the enemies as well. It's gonna be challenging when these lobbers are so goddamn far away that my weapon can't even consistently hit bullets from that distance. I'm also not aware of how they're getting that far away. And yes, every single time you've seen the game freeze, that is actually like freezing for me as well. And I have successfully stalled out. I won the mission, first try, stalled out for long enough to not have to kill the mini-boss. I love when things work out like that. Alright, level 4 loot with... Why do I even say with? I already know exactly what's going to be in these every time. Okay, Copper Thumper. That is actually a really good thing to have. It's a grenade launcher, and it's legendary, and it has... Okay, pretty good, actually. Like, on its own. I will hold on to that because I don't really have a good explosive weapon. I say good explosive weapon. Might level that up a bit. I don't have drops of rain. Alright, I mean, that's half the quest done. We still have to complete a regular Fight the Storm mission. And I'm going to do the one that was right next to it, this regular basic Fight the Storm mission. Just like this one won't have a mini boss, but that also kind of means it shouldn't be very challenging either. And I'll only have one objective to defend. I basically just want to get the harder one out of the way first. I was going to say I should probably farm for wood, but then I thought I'm not going to really use wood. And then I thought I'm going to need wood anyways, like eventually. So I should probably still farm for wood. Now, if I can trust this raptor to actually be useful so I can keep farming these trees and not have to actually fight them, that'd be great. And malachite ore is not something that I actually have the ability to use right now. But by gaining it, while I'm still like not able to use it, kind of means that when I eventually get there, I will be able to. I will have a lot that I can use, or at least an amount that I can use. Sick game freeze. Wow, that was another sick game freeze. You know, it'd be really great if they were actually only coming from down here. However, because they're coming from 90% of the map, I do have to I have to get clever here. You know, this looks dumb, but I don't hate it. And so I'm going to just do these edited floors. That just adds another layer. So when they are attacking, so if enemies try to attack over here, they will have to get through these brick edited floors, this wooden wall, the wooden edited floors, the wooden ramp, and then the wooden wall again. Basically just a lot of stuff they will have to go through just to be able to pointlessly make it to this side. And what I hope is that because there's so much in their way, that they won't even try. Basically now wall darts can shoot anything standing within any of these tiles. It'd be really great if I didn't have this blaster shooting at me right now. I was not trying to place floors here. I was only trying to place the roof pieces, but okay. I mean, I'll use the floors. And of course, I will also be using a defender today. We should be good now unless they switch spawns, which I 100% guarantee they will. Grab a melee defender and you can have that. I love building weird trap tunnels. It has nothing to do with like my limitation on what I have available on this account. I will do the same stuff on my main account sometimes. It's all just like because I can. And oh, that's why he was able to walk out of that. I mean, I have 2 open walls here, so I could do something, but so far it doesn't seem even remotely necessary. I'm not going to do anything yet. I think this tunnel is a lot less weird than some of the other ones that I would normally try to build when I have like weird open space like this. Because what this kind of does is, regardless of the way the enemies move, they kind of take in about the same amount of damage. From gas traps all around, the wooden floor spikes all around, and the wall darts shooting in literally every direction. And then anything that gets too close to here, there's a wall launcher that will just push them away. And the idea is the wall launcher pushes them into a spot where they're getting hit by that many traps. Very simple, but very effective. The defender hardly seems necessary because I built the tunnels. It would have made more sense to actually maybe put a defender post on top somewhere, so then it would be able to shoot at enemies before they enter the tunnels. But I kind of only do that very occasionally with a sniper rifle defender, and I don't exactly have a great selection of sniper rifles at the moment, I don't think. You may see me doing this, but I will say you should never just wander around your trap tunnels, because that's usually exactly when propanes will blow things up. Even if you don't see a propane husk, he will still show up and blow something up. The stark contrast between last mission, literally panicking to hold out, compared to this mission where I have a lot less that I have to defend, which means that I was able to just make some quick trap tunnels. Like it's the difference between the two is funny, because now it's like I'm literally not doing anything. And that's part of why I really like building trap tunnels in Save the World. It's just like it's a matter of like being able to defend your mission objective while not being there. So basically, while these husks are just walking into their death, I'm just farming for materials and trying to regain the amount that I've spent. And yet, now I'm starting to realize I didn't even need to do this, because I was expecting things to go worse. Someday I do want to do a lot more like actual guide videos for Save the World, and maybe a whole series of trying to like teach things properly, or teach things in a way that in a way to help newer players actually learn how things work and save the world. I don't know. I can move my base here. Actually, here. We're at the last minute and 30 seconds, and essentially nothing of significance has happened. I think a big part that helps is that this mission does not have a mini boss. And I also have not seen a smasher or anything like that. So yeah, if it wasn't very obvious, like already, a regular Fight the Storm is a lot easier than Category 2, 3, or 4 Fight the Storms, in my opinion at least, because you have a lot less to defend at once. I do see a lot of lobbers, however, they haven't really done anything except walk backwards. And walking backwards doesn't make you immune to bullets. There's also a lot of these gunslingers, but the reality is there's always a lot of gunslingers, so that's not significant. Why am I shooting? I could save a lot of weapon durability and ammo if I just stop shooting. Oh, and I moved my base over here, just so then it's kind of affecting this while still affecting like all over here, or pretty much everything here. Cause see now that I'm missing a lot of the wall darts, because those all broke, they're kind of like being able to walk through now. But that's fine. I mean, my wall darts don't have very high durability. Yeah, 37 durability as opposed to like my main wall darts on my my main account. They have like 104 durability or something, maybe 107. I don't remember if that factors in Machinist Harper or not. And mission rewards once again with level 4 loot and a lot of Battle Pass XP that I can't wait to not use on this account.
Simple instructions. Half the time they can't even remember their own names. They have very simple names. You know, Commander, you're the reason they're fighting back. You inspire them. Now, if I were the soft, sentimental type, I'd say the same thing. But I'm not. So you'll have to take what you can get.
Alright, thank you for that. Eldritch Abominations, I think that's something to do with destroying mimics. I can't quite remember, but I will take one active power cell.
Plank Harbor is crawling with mist monsters. If you want to remain capitated and viscerated, I suggest you pay close attention. Let's show these recruits how we take care of misters.
Eliminate 20 mist monsters in successful missions in a Plankerton 34+ zone. And that's going to take a while. Can't actually think of a way to get a lot of mist monsters very quickly. I will probably try to look into that and figure something out for next episode. In the meantime, what did we get again? I wasn't looking. Purple Survivor. And I don't need a second Vanguard Southeast, so that can go to Collection Book. Research again. 220. Okay, can't do anything with 220.